They mostly come out at night. Mostly. Aliens! Released in 1986 and is directed by James Cameron, who's also directs such films like The Terminator, The Abyss, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, True Lies, Titanic, and the entire Avatar franchise. And apparently is the only director out there who is able to write good, strong women, according to him. Remember that in 2017 when he was criticizing Patty Jenkins for directing Wonder Woman? And he was like, no, you write women this way, and I know, because I'm a good director. And you're saying that to a woman director. Like, come on, man. Read the room. And this film is starring Sigourney Weaver, Michael Biehn, Paul Reiser, Lance Henriksen, William Hope, Rico Ross, Al Matthews, and the late Bill Paxton. It has been 57 years since the events of the last Alien movie, and Ellen Ripley is the sole survivor from the alien attack that former ship once had. But the Weyland Company is looking to go back to that planet because the current inhabitants have been experiencing some troubling events, and somehow, very quickly and quite stupidly, convince Ellen Ripley to tag along as a consultant. Well, they make it to the planet, and of course, more aliens have sprouted up and they're taking over all the places. So now Ellen Ripley and all the other Marines are struggling to survive. Now, I didn't grow up with this Alien franchise. I watched these movies later on. Well, I take that back. I've only seen the first Alien and then this film, and then I've also seen Prometheus. I haven't seen any of the other Alien films before I'm doing all of the reviews for them leading up to the release of the new Alien movie, Alien Romulus. And I'll be honest, I don't get the appeal of this franchise, and I don't get the appeal of the xenomorphs. I remember being a kid and walking down the toy aisle of Target, and I would see like action figures of xenomorphs, and I don't know, I always just felt like it was all scary stuff, and I didn't want anything to do with it, because as a kid, I was just a little scaredy pants. But as an adult, this franchise never hit it with me, and while I do think that this film is a major improvement from the first outing, even though the majority of film critics and film reviewers out there would say Alien by Ridley Scott is one of the best sci-fi films that have ever been produced, for me, watching them late to the game, I don't see the appeal. I like James Cameron's take on this franchise, and it's what he's done the best. Like, he doesn't create things well, but when things are already created and he gets his hands on the sequel, then he can maneuver things around and make them better. So I like that this team that we get for this movie actually has their head on straight, and they know how to go in and attack and strategize and look at their situation and be totally prepared. In the previous Alien movie, they're all just space cadets, and they really don't know anything, so they're more like, huh, what's going on over there? Huh, what's going on with your chest, bud? Well, there's a creature inside. Let me take a closer look. So I like that this film is more action-y and less sci-fi, suspenseful, thriller, scary horror film. And Sigourney Weaver, I think, is still fine in this role of Ellen Ripley. I don't get the motivation of this character for her to go back to this planet after she was so scared out of her wits with the previous experience, but because she's on Earth or wherever she is at, but she's grounded. Like, she can't be a pilot, which I guess is what she was. She gets this shit-ass job. She has this shitty-ass apartment. So because of those things, she's like, okay, fine. I'll go back and face probably the worst horror that I've ever faced in my entire life, just so I can get out of this shitty apartment. I don't know, I've been in some crappy apartments before. I would say I would never risk my life to go hang out and look at aliens, these type of aliens. I don't know, I think I would just live out the rest of my days happy and content. But again, maybe that's why I'm doing this YouTube channel and I'm not doing bigger and grander things. Who knows? Bill Paxton here is my favorite part. I think he has the best lines, whether they're improvised or whether he's just going way over the top with them. I just think he's really hilarious and really cool. He's a soldier, he's a good soldier, he's a good guy, just sometimes his wits get the best of him and he gets scared and gets freaked out. He's like, what the hell am I doing here, man? But in the end, in his final time, yeah, he's gonna take out as many aliens as he possibly can because, damn it, he's a Marine. The story parallel and the climax parallel here, I think, is actually quite interesting. I can't recall, like, two strong female motherly characters being the prime subject of a huge action climactic battle like this. You have the alien mother, who of course has all of her babies killed on the planet, but she's able to get onto the ship. And then you have Ripley, who gets into the mech'd out suit, but because they've rescued this little girl called Newt, and she's made the realization that her daughter that she had many years ago when she went out into space has already died because she was in cryogenic stasis for 57 years. All of a sudden she has this new child to look after. So we have these two motherly figures battling it out in this big mecha, almost like a Megazord type battle here. I am gonna call bullshit to the whole sucking out the air from the spaceship and opening up the hatch while in space, and how she's able to just hold on with one arm and pull herself up back into the ship. Gotta call bullshit on that. The vacuum of space, it would be so strong, there's no way your grip strength would be able to save you. Especially when you have a gigantic alien mother that's holding onto your leg at the same time. That just wouldn't happen. But you know what? This was the 80s. You kind of just shut your brain off to scientific logic when it comes to space travel, so I guess it worked here for the time. Aliens is definitely an improvement from the first Alien film. I like the action adventure take on this as opposed to the sci-fi horror home invasion almost type film that we got from the first one. And I'm suspecting that this is probably going to be the peak of this entire franchise for me, because I've heard not so great things about the sequels, and I remember enjoying Prometheus. I think I liked Prometheus more for the movie-going experience, which I'll talk about for that review. And I've never seen Alien Covenant, so I don't know where this franchise goes, but we're gonna find out this week. I'm gonna give Aliens 3.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I am above average.
So guys, have you seen Aliens? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I'm releasing next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.